Former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter is no longer behind bars. She was released early this morning after serving 16 months of her 2-year sentence at the Minnesota Corrections Facility in Shakopee. She'll now serve the remaining 8 months under supervised release. Potter was convicted of shooting and killing Daunte Wright during a traffic stop 2 years ago this month. She claims she mistook her gun for her taser. Our Pauline Lee is live outside of the corrections facility in Shakopee with more details on her release. Pauline.
Hi, Shayla. Yeah, so Potter's release today actually comes less than 2 weeks after the Wright family marked 2 years since Potter shot and killed him during that traffic stop. Now, according to the Corrections Department, Potter was released at about 4 o'clock this morning, and that timing was actually done in large part because of her safety, as they said that there were elevated concerns leading up today with threats directed towards her and the potential for violent protests out here at the facility, which we haven't seen any of today. So back to her sentencing here. She'll be serving the remaining of her 8-month sentence in Wisconsin. There, she'll have to adhere to a number of conditions that includes regular contact with an agent assigned to oversee her supervised release. She will also not be able to leave Wisconsin unless it's been approved by that agent. And she also must comply to random unannounced visits as well as searches of her property and regular drug and alcohol testing. She also will not be able to buy any type of firearm or dangerous weapons. Now, as for what's next, we've reached out to Potter's attorneys. We're still waiting to hear back. Shayla?
Pauline, we know that Potter is under supervised release. How is that different than parole?
That's a good question, and both of them are actually very similar. It's just how the system is set up here in Minnesota. So under Minnesota law, unless you are convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, you will be sentenced and you'll be serving 2/3 of that sentence behind bars, with the remaining 1/3 served under supervised release. Now, parole is different in that it is granted based on good behavior or leniency by a parole board, which, Shayla, we don't have one of those here in Minnesota.
And do we know why Potter will be serving out the remainder of her sentence in Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's a good question, too. So I spoke with a spokesperson for the Corrections Department. They say the process to determine where someone serves out their supervised release is a long and thorough one. So Potter, just like anyone else getting out on supervised release, they have to work with a case manager to come up with those details. A lot of factors are considered in that determination process of picking a location. So things like, are they going to be most likely to succeed there? Or will they have family support there? Are they safe there? Are their victims safe, and potential for job opportunities and other things like that. And so in this case, both Minnesota and Wisconsin approved of Potter's plans. Now, after December 21st, that is the last day for Potter's supervised release. After that, she is free to go wherever she chooses. Shayla?
Our Pauline Lee reporting. Thank you so much, Pauline. Our next